at Social Driver, all of our growth has been organic, and we've been really lucky in that. We subscribe to a philosophy to have as little debt as possible, to grow, but not to grow so fast that we have to seek outside investment or outside debt. And luckily we've been able to do that at Social Driver. There's some of the ways that we've been able to do that is with advice of our partners, whether that's Cat's Abosh or other partners that have been able to come to the table to help us think about how can we reduce our days in receivable, and how can we increase the amount of days that we give to our vendors. I mean, it's little things like that can make a huge difference in a small business that doesn't want to take out debt. Because otherwise you'd have to go take out a line of credit to fill that gap. Just thinking through and being a smart financial planner is really important to be able to have that growth. The other thing that I think is we spend a lot of time training our team and thinking through how can we bring high-performing people onto our team, but also give them the skills that they need to develop. And when you do that, that allows you to bring people in who maybe had experience in one industry, who are looking to move into a different industry, or maybe people who are just beginning their career, and you can bring them in and grow their career. And as they're growing their career, you can give them new income opportunities, new career development, but it also allows you to grow your bottom line at a decent pace as well. And so I think those are all strategies that we've employed so that we don't have to take out a lot of debt or go sell our ideas to investors.
To be a business owner, to be a business leader, you have to pull on different experiences and training you've had. So for me, getting an MBA was really valuable. It grew my network to meet other business-minded people. I didn't have that background, and I learned a lot about strategy and finance. But of course, once you're out into the real world, what you learn on the job is a little bit different. So then you got to get the right experts plugged in, outside partners, internal folks. I think Thomas and I have benefited from the fact that we come from very different professional backgrounds. I'm kind of a PR communications person by background. Thomas is a technology and consulting person by background. And so sometimes we come at problems from different angles and we have better solutions. And that was a way that we succeeded when we were only two people. As two people, we were able to combine technology and communication. So as we've grown our team, we've looked to bring in people who have different skill sets. People rooted in technology, people rooted in communication, people with business backgrounds. And it's a mix of formal training and informal skills that people have because they've learned in other ways. So I think, you don't want too many MBAs around the table. That's not a good thing. But having one in the room can bring an interesting perspective. And so we're always looking to kind of mix up different types of experience.
So, I think our first 5 years have been phenomenal. And it's easy to kind of go back to that founding story over and over, but I think it's so important to look. Starting last year, we started doing a new strategic plan for our next 5 years. And when you sit down and you start thinking about building a company from 50 people to where you're going next, it's a completely different experiment than when you were 0 people and you're thinking about how do you get up to 40, 50 people. So we really had to think through that vision. Who do we become? How are we going to get there? And put together a solid business plan. The business we're building for the next 5 years looks a lot different than the business that we just built. It's much more focused on service and how we work together, how we develop processes that standardize outcomes so that things aren't so individually driven. It's going to be a completely different company.
There's a phrase I really like that I think applies to the future, which is what got you here won't get you there. Sometimes the things that helped you get from point A to point B, that were your assets, are the same things that would hold you back from moving to a future phase. So I think we have to embrace the great things that have happened, and just like Thomas said, realize that going into the future, as things continue to evolve, we can't be wedded to the way that we did things in the past, and we have to look at different ways to grow and evolve the business. And that is a challenging part of having a business, but a really exciting part of having a business too, because no day is like the other when you move forward, and the market changes so fast. You have to constantly anticipate that, otherwise you'll be left in the dust.